like it. Look, it's a nice look. It's a little crooked. I don't know if I have the camera on there correctly. Now, what I'm going to be showing on this video is where we left Chambersburg and how the trees at Chambersburg look exactly like they do here. Which I think is kind of neat for us leaving Chambersburg in November, and now we're in Florida. You may also feel the shake and hear the washer dryer spinning out right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right now the whole camper's going. That's because we're clean people.
Yes, and we had a successful trip to Florida down here.
We did.
Yeah, we didn't really have any problems except for I had a jumper cable that went between the motorhome and the car, and it got crimped, and we ended up buying an extra piece at a Walmart and splicing it on because we lost taillights for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know how long a little while was. It may have been a long while. We weren't too sure. I will say that at one point, while I was driving, there was a vehicle following us for probably a good 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden they decided to go around me, and lo and behold, it was a sheriff. So apparently our lack of taillights didn't bother the sheriff too badly.
Alright, and we're using our new gimbal, and this is where I might tell Jamie to speak up, because I'm not sure how well it hears us from back here.
I do talk kind of low.
And what else? Oh, we got done with phase 2 renovations on Larry, which was about $2,000 over what we were expecting, but that was still good because I told the mechanic to find problems, and he did a good job of that, which I appreciate, because every dollar I spent on him up there, probably if you break down on the road, not only do you have the frustration, but you also have money involved in that, and so I would think every dollar I spent on him was probably $10 I didn't spend someplace else.
Yeah, if you're breaking down and you don't have a choice, that's when things get really expensive, whenever you have to call somebody else for help. So you're better off getting all that stuff taken care of before you actually take off.
And
yeah. There was a part that we actually had, I don't know, what was it, a pipe? Some kind of pipe?
Yeah, we had a pipe overnighted from Colorado. And all it was a simple pipe, but when you thought about having somebody make it and stuff like that, you might as well have the exact right one there overnighted. And that was an expensive little part for all it was. It was a $600 pipe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Specialty pipe.
Specialty, yes. That makes it feels better. Specialty pipe. For Larry.
So, now we are going to be on phase 3 renovations, which is, kind of a joke, but kind of funny. We want to get rid of the carpet in here. The carpet in here looks terrible. And we did start doing some phase 3 things. We put a new shoe cabinet up here at the front where the CRT TV used to be, and I'll put a little video up here of our shower. I was impressed. I didn't think that was going to come out. I knew it was going to look better, but it actually looks good. I never thought that I would paint a bathtub, but we painted it with tub and tile epoxy paint, which is a 2-part epoxy, and you put it together. The only thing I'd tell you, if you're trying epoxy paint like that, one coat makes you feel like you're doing the dumbest thing on earth. Second coat makes you feel, Third coat, you're like, that looks pretty good. And fourth coat, you're like, hey, that really looks just like the picture. So, yeah, by the fourth coat, it looked really good, but you felt like you were working backwards. But anyway, it turned out just like the pictures, and I think the whole project was $100 to...
Yeah, because the one kit that we got initially didn't do the entire thing. We wanted another layer, and there were spots that we had to get. One little can, because it's a Rust-Oleum is the brand that we used, and the can's about yay big and about yay wide, and you initially think, oh, and it has a tiny little dryer, like the activator can.
When you
or
mix
whatever.
the two together, it makes a pint. So
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say poorly.
It took 2 pints to do it.
Yeah.
And a little bit left over in the end, but it turned out nice. And that also included, we bought new knobs and new faucet for it, and a new stopper today.
Yeah, which is bizarre. The stopper does not work the way I thought it did.
And I'll take you up here, and I'll show you our little shoe cabinet we made. This is our shoe cabinet, and of course she didn't put our logo on, which is really easy for us to put on. With a motorhome, it is any kind of thing. Anytime you're living in a small space like this, you got to keep it clean, because otherwise, yeah, it doesn't feel so good. So
yeah,
you take your shoes off as soon as you come in. That's why we're still thinking about carpet, but because it's warmer, it is filthy, but we do. Even Ryan and everybody is really good at taking their shoes off outside or up there. So
yeah, I like the warmth of the carpet. I hate cold floors. If my feet are warm, that's like half the battle for me.
and I guess that's all we really know. We got the twin turbo motorhome back together, since we have Icky Vicky back.
Finally.
Hooked to Larry. We left that car in Maryland, and that was a little pricier than we thought too, but it ended up to be pretty good, we think.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole thing was just a little bit crazy to me. It's kind of a long story. We purchased the car last year, 2 years ago. Either way, and when we initially purchased it, it didn't have cruise control. The air conditioning kind of sort of worked, and then we had a couple people look at it, and they couldn't figure out why our cruise control wasn't working. We even switched out the shifter that actually controls it, so we put a brand new shifter on. It still didn't work. And as it turns out, the big problem that we started to have in Chambersburg was the electrical wiring harness. Am I saying that right?
The car had a new engine put into it, a new transmission, new everything, and at some point somebody had caught the wiring harness in between a couple places in there, and so all the little problems we were having was because of the wiring harness.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So they called us and they were like, well, it's this wiring harness and it's going to be pretty expensive. So we were like, ugh. But then in the end, it turned out it fixed a whole lot of our problems that we had with the car to begin with. So
yeah,
that was it was a curse and a blessing all at the same time. And the irony is we got the motorhome back and we kept thinking, are we going to be able to leave? Like, are we going to be able to leave for Florida ever? When's the car going to be done? So the motorhome got done, and then 2 days later they called and said the Volkswagen was done. So
it wasn't even that long.
No, it was like the next day. It was pretty crazy.
It was basically a few hours after we got the motorhome.
It all worked out very, very well, is what we're trying to say. And now I would be shocked if they can't hear the washer dryer spinning out.
Yeah, you should be able to hear the washer dryer now.
It's Smith cleanliness. Just remember, it's just Smith cleanliness.
It shakes the whole house.
It's like,
And I'm sure for a lot of you this is just a lot of droning on, but we have a few people that actually like to hear us drone on. So
I think, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, our parents love hearing us drone on, right?
Sort of. So this is video for family and people close to us, but if you want to keep watching, we're going to keep making them. So you'll see a little drone footage of the campground we're in and a couple other things I'm going to tag on to the end of here. And thanks for watching.
Oh yeah.